Slap it on.
I'm not Ted. I'm not Ted.
You're as Ted as we get.
I'm channeling maximum Ted right now. Hello. I can't.
That's the point. Hang about. I've got to turn the Ted cross on. So because we haven't got a Ted at the moment, let me put a big X next to Ted so we know that he's not here.
Yeah. I'll be there. Have you done it?
I've done it. Yep.
Hey everyone. Hello everyone. Hello. It's Ted from No, it's not. I'm not Ted. It's Foxx from eModels.co.uk here with Chris from eModels.co.uk. Hello, Chris.
Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
You're doing my bits now. Yeah, I know. It's all very last minute, and I'm at a loss. Right. So yes, welcome everybody. It is the eModels Monday show. At the moment, it's just me and Chris, because Colin's unfortunately tied up today, can't make it. But big hugs to you, Col. He'll be with us next time, hopefully. Ted, unfortunately, has a 300-year-old computer and his loft is like 5,000 degrees because he still hasn't got a dormer window installed. I said to him earlier on, I said, even Mama Wolf shouts at you when she's watching, shouts at the telly, put a window in the loft, you spoon.
I don't think it's quite that easy. I think there is a little bit more than just, I just go and put a window in.
I think you press some numbers on your phone.
I think it's more involved.
Does it for you.
You have to throw money at people and stuff. So I don't think it's just a case of do it for next week. But yeah.
Well, no, but you just press some buttons on your phone and all kinds of wonderful things happen. Anyway, yes. So at the moment it's me and Chris. Ted might join us in chat if he can get his computer started, because basically it won't start up.
He's in chat. Look. He says I'm in chat.
He's in chat. Hello, Ted in chat. So Ted is with us in chat. If by some miracle he manages to get his PC started somehow, he will join us. But yes, welcome to eModels Monday, that time of the week when we showcase some good stuff in eModels store. We have a bit of a silly time. We've got a giveaway today as well from last time. Remember, we've got the what's it? The thingy or the what's it called? The something or other NAT.
It's a FX 172nd. Hang about. I shall have a look. It's the Folland NAT T1 apparently.
I couldn't remember the Folland bit. I was thinking like other words were coming into my head. We've got that to give away. Pull a winner for us. So if you haven't put a comment, that's the one. So if you haven't put a comment on the if you haven't put a comment on the video from last time, which was the 5th of June, I think.
It was last episode. Yeah, sometime it was. Yeah.
Make sure you go and put a comment on that. Otherwise, you won't win it. And you know what? It's free. Get in there. You can do anything you want with it. So give that a go. As usual, though.
It was that one. When was that?
5th.
Yeah, it's 5th. He was right. He's right.
I can't read. It's too small on my screen. My glasses
it's the 5th. Yeah.
My eyes are like old man eyes. So yeah, go and put your comment on last week's video. We'll do that later on in the show. We've got the what's in store. I'll go through the factoids and all that kind. Unfortunately, I can't even get to Festa's level of pronunciation, so they'll probably be boring science factoids today. I can't do it. I could maybe do a silly voice, but that's just going to be annoying. So I'll just go through them. I'll just get them out of the way.
Can somebody in the live thing let me know that everything is okay? Because Foxx is sounding a little bit quiet to me.
Am I?
But
hang on. That's my...
When there's only me and him, I can't really compare the two because it's only me and him. It might just be that I'm not hearing him very loudly at the moment.
La. It might. Maybe you've just got StreamYard a bit quiet, but there's only me to compare
it might be any number of things. So if somebody can let us know that we're sounding appropriately balanced.
Ted says, as I'm in chat, I can enter the giveaway. No.
You can do the what's in store. It's Ted's what's in store this week.
Oh, hang on. Have we actually figured out what the thing
we guessed at what the theme might be. Ted, send us a message. Not in chat. Don't put it in chat. No. Send us a message through the private channels to let us know what the theme actually is in your what's in store, because you didn't actually tell us.
When he says he means like the special Friday night private channels. Pink neon signs and all that.
Or the Monday night one would be even easier.
Yeah. So we think we know what it is, but we're not 100% sure. So either than that, or we'll just have to let Ted answer in say who the winner is in chat. So yes, so as always, we'll have all that. Before we get going though, as always, this is a show for eModels.co.uk. I'm waiting.
You can wait.
You're supposed
slap
to
it in.
Your spoon.
What? No.
Slap it in. I don't think that's Ted's
We
phrase.
need Ted. We can't do the show
Slap
without
it
Ted.
In. Yes, eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. Please
I
keep
did
the
that
chat
earlier.
family friendly. I know, but I'm doing it again. Shut up. Keep the chat family friendly, please, and please refrain from mentioning other retailers in the live chat, because of course it is an eModels show, so don't talk about other retailers.
You
And
can
don't
talk
forget, of
about
course,
fast food shops, just not model retailers.
yeah, you can do, but not the model retailers. But if you are watching this and you're not in the live chat, all you need to do is click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right hand corner of the video. If you want to come and join it, it'll take you to YouTube, where you can carry on watching and you can join the live chat. I just very quickly have to step away for a minute. I do apologise severely. Can you just take over for a second, Chris?
No, I'll just sit here quietly until you come back.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I've just done a thing. Hang about. I didn't mean to make the screen full. How did I do that? I made it all go hideously wrong. See, I can't do it when Foxx isn't here. It doesn't work properly. I'll put him in a little blank screen over there. So yes, chat is here. I have just seen people have been telling me that audio and video are good. Thank you very much to everybody that's told me that. That was Scammel and Chaos, Andy Preston, Jeff Candygram from Mongo. Look and sound good, says Paul de Tomaso as well. How can it be family friendly with a slap it in comment, says Anders. I don't know what you mean. It's just a thing, isn't it? Anders does tell Skipper Scale Models, as Ted, to put his PC in the fridge and then some long cables for the camera and screen that makes it to the loft. Yeah, but then he wouldn't be able to get to the keyboard either. That'd have to be in the fridge. It just wouldn't work. I think putting your computer in the fridge is probably a bad move. I'm pretty sure fridges are not the ideal environment for most modern PCs. They're generally a little bit too moist, I think. That's never a good thing for a computer. If anyone has a spare PC they don't want, says Ted. Ted's obviously not out on his phone at the moment because he just can't use the computer. But yeah. So if you've done a thing, don't forget, put it in the chat, and I've got a ding button that I can probably reach. It is very warm, and there's only half of the team, so we'll only be doing half of the show. So, yeah, don't expect a long stream tonight. The fridge is full of gin, says Ted. Well, you know the answer to that. Drink the gin, then the fridge won't be full anymore. Easy stuff. Yeah, wireless keyboard and mouse, says Anders. Well, that would be another option, but yeah. I still don't think it's a good idea. Don't put your electronics in the fridge. Definitely a bad thing. Lee Eagles says moist. Foxx will come back and do moist better than I ever can, but you'll get right up and close and personal with your microphone, and he'll show you his moist. So yes, we've got the giveaway to do. Don't forget, pop along to that stream last time and leave a comment. I don't remember what it was we asked you to put in, so just leave something amusing and family friendly, and you could be in with a chance to win a gnat. Other than that, Colin has got no factoids because he's not here. Foxx has got some factoids that he's sort of stolen off of Colin, but I think they're more sciencey factoids rather than difficult to pronounce words, because Foxx can just pronounce the words. It's no fun there, is it? Let's have a look. Who's in chat? We haven't done that for a while. The first one I see in chat, who says waiting, is Anders. Then we've got Foxx and Shallard is here, as am I. AJ, Graham McRobert, Primetime Modelling is here. Gemma is watching from downstairs. Paul Allen Ryder. Andy, I've done that. Graham. Andy. Anders. Andy. You know who's in chat because you can scroll up the chat and have a look and see. Ted says tonight's discussion was to be ice cream, Mr. Whippy or Scoop. Okay, you can put in your ice cream recommendations in the chat as well. Mr. Whippy isn't technically ice cream because it's not real ice cream, is it?
It is. It's proper beach ice cream.
It's not.
Hello. Sorry about that. I had a caring emergency there. I had to go and sort something out.
No, Mr. Whippy stuff. If you spilt some in your driveway, then it would still be there like 3 days later.
Yeah, but
it's not
on the
ice
other
cream.
Hand, you wouldn't get them minging chunks of ice in a Mr. Whippy, though, would you?
Well, true, but yeah. You only get chunks of ice in ice cream if it's been slightly defrosted and then frozen again.
Yeah, or your local ice cream man was too busy selling dodgy videos and music.
Did he do videos?
And we used to send dodgy VHS tapes and dodgy album copies and things in ours as well, everything. He didn't quite go as far as selling dubious chemicals, but he sold everything else was dodgy.
I used to know someone that had dodgy DVDs, with like photocopied covers and things like that, but
Yeah.
VHS tapes, they're just too big to do in any mean quantities, aren't they? I don't know.
Yeah, but this was in the 80s, though, wasn't it?
Well, I know there
Well,
wouldn't have been DVDs then, but yeah.
I used to work in a place where you go out every day and there'd be a bloke there with a van doing the coffees and stuff and the snacks and things. I won't mention any names. It was a company that did them. He was just one of their employees. But on his own time, he also ran like a massive server farm in Poland or somewhere that did lots of ropey downloads. So he'd often have like, yeah, do you want a cup of coffee? There's a DVD list. And sometimes he'd have to go away for a weekend just to sort out the servers. I don't know. So what?
The Bobbins is here saying it's sweaty. I did mention the word moist earlier, and I promised that you would say it when you got back.
Hang on. Moist.
Pretty much what I was expecting, yes. Yeah.
Yes. Now, I do have to apologise if people can hear my fan in the background. I kind of have to have it. It's too hot.
Yeah, I've got a fan in the background. I'm assuming most people watching have probably got a fan in the background as well. So they just assume it's their own. It'll be fine.
That's true. Yes. Have you been through
the Bobbins is having a mint magnum.
Apparently, I'm
I
very
don't do
quiet.
ice cream generally.
Why would I be very quiet? Let me double check again. Hang on.
Foxx is very quiet. The Bobbins says Foxx is very quiet. Everyone said he was all right. Well, I said he was very quiet, and everyone told me I was wrong.
Well, I'm at full whack, so
I can boost you from here.
Is it just StreamYard's quiet, or
I don't know. I shall boost you now. To say something of normal volume.
Bloody blah. Let me just check my dangly bit. Hang on.
Don't do that on camera, for God's sake.
No. I can't turn the microphone around.
I boosted you up a little bit, so I can make you a tad louder, so people can hear you.
The my microphone setting is all correct, and I'll just double check my StreamYard settings are correct.
I don't know. I've made you louder for the lovely viewers. You're not any louder for me, but that's okay.
How's that sounding now, folks? I haven't changed anything, but
Well, it's going to be louder because I've made it louder, so that's okay.
Yay.
Ted says, remember the ice cream blocks that you unwrapped and put between two wafers?
Yeah, what were they called? Used to call them
Ice cream blocks, probably.
No, because you had choc ices, and then they had a name for the ones that came in the wafers. I can't remember what they were called.
No, I say I've never been a big ice cream eater. I don't. It's all right.
Have you been
no.
Have you been I was going to make the lemonade. Have you a secret lemonade drinker? Oh, the joke's dead now. Move on. I killed it to death.
Shellard is telling you to leave the dangly alone. It's too hot.
Steady now. Yeah.
But Lee Eagle said the sound is better. He just says better. I'm assuming he means the sound is better. It could just be the show is better. I don't know.
No, I can only assume it's maybe StreamYard's a bit low on OBS for you or something.
It could be lots of things that are playing with things.
Yes.
But yeah.
Could be. I'm trying to break into song now, and I can't think of a song. It could be something.
Why would you want to break into a song? No,
I don't know. I was about to break into like a.
It could be. It would be a bad thing.
Oh, hang on. I'm being called again. Back in a minute. Sorry about this, folks.
He's got to get that bat phone sorted, so it's not just. It's just going to be a me show tonight, isn't it? I think we're just going to be me, with occasional visits from Foxx and Ted in chat. That's what we'll go for. Brain freeze, says Graham McGraw. Yes, I don't. Even ice lollies not really a big thing for me. I'll just have a cold drink rather than a thingy. Sprinkles or flavoured syrup, says Ted. Yeah, they were called wafers, says Paul. No, I think there was a name for the type of. I don't know if it was like over clamshell or something, or there was definitely a name for it that was a special name for the ice cream between two wafers thing. I don't know if it was different when you bought it from the ice cream man or it's just a thing. I believe Ted's status in chat now shows, even encourages that he has to him to now heckle at will. He can heckle as much as he likes from the chat. It does mean that I might have put him in timeout, but that's okay as well.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, don't forget that, Ted. We can make you disappear in chat if we need to. Sorry about that. It's Mama Wolf decides to do things when I'm streaming, not when I'm not streaming.
Of course, that would be far too easy to do it in a convenient time.
I know. It's like 83 years old or 5. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. Love it to bits, but I'll tell you what it was after the show, Chris. You'll find it most amusing.
Okay. I'll probably guess, but
Paul Ryder says they were called wafers.
Yeah, we did that bit.
Oh, did you?
I'll let you off for repeating comments that I've already read out, as you weren't actually in the room at the time.
Now, don't forget, folks, if you are in chat, for the love of dog, because it's just me and Chris, we don't know what the hell to talk about. Ask us questions in chat. Ask us about anything. You can ask us modelling questions. Between us, we know at least 3 things about modelling. So if we can't answer
Maybe
something
even
in the
4.
chat, can maybe a pinch 4. If you include
Scam Modelling House says, were they called oysters? That sounds familiar.
No, but it sounds that's something we called oysters. Do you remember highballs? They were like the upside down Daleks with the bubblegum ball in the bottom.
Yeah, again, didn't like them.
I didn't like the bubblegum, but I like the.
I've never been a big dessert person, even. So, you know, ice cream and stuff, I just, you know, I mean, cake occasionally, but not really, you know.
Ooh. I had Lebanese last night. I had a special dish called something, I don't know, it's unpronounceable. It was basically like rice and aubergines and onions and tomatoes and lamb, and it was like massive chunks of aubergine. But the dessert I got like 4 packs of baklava and like 4 packs of some little square thing called something. Oh, it was so good. The baklava was like little parcels all folded up, and I was like, oh, nom, 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 nom. Then I got diabetes, and then, you know.
Graham is asking, Foxx, is the F-16 cockpit kit available? I did get an email from eModels saying something about that kit. I assume it's available now. I must admit I didn't follow through on it. But
I don't know, because we're not actually staff at eModels, so we only get the same emails that you guys get, and I don't actually get the emails, bizarrely. That's weird. I don't get the email updates. So I get even less.
You've blocked Pete, mate, already.
No. Yeah, so we're not actually staff, so we don't have any view on what they've got in stock. If you check out the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/eModels Ltd, as new stock comes in, they put it up there as well. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, because they'll let you know. But if ever you're not sure, just drop them an email or give them a call, because they're more than happy to let you know. But yeah, we don't see what they've got. Sadly, we do this out of the love of our hearts. What was the favourite thing to do at summer when you were kids? Asked Anders.
Just basically sweat a lot and ride around on your bike.
Yeah, it was riding around on bikes and falling out of trees. I had a thought the other day, you know.
Really?
I was driving
That's interesting news. You haven't had one of them for a long time.
Anyway, moving on to the next story. No, I was driving to the tip to take loads of cardboard and rubbish and stuff to the local tip. And I was sat there, and I went past a house, and there were like 3 kids' bikes outside the front wall. And I thought, you know, I've not seen that for so long. Like, kids hanging around in little groups on their bike. Like, I don't mean like, you know, teenagers selling drugs and beating each other. I mean like little, you know, under 13, 7 or 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. I mean, you don't see them in groups and gaggles on the street playing football anymore, but I've not seen them hanging around on bikes and doing their little group stuff for years.
To be fair, you haven't been out of your house for 4 years.
No, I know, there is that. But it's like, it got reminding me, like, when we were kids, like when I was, say, between, I don't know, 7 and, say, 12, our entire life there's a small gaggle of us, right? And our entire life revolved around our bike. Because we'd go to one boy's house, and like we'd all park our bike outside his house, and we'd just do whatever. And then we'd all go off on our bikes to a place, and then we'd do stupid stuff on a field on our bike, and it was all revolving around having a bike, because we'd go all these places, and I just have all these memories. I'm like, kids don't do that anymore. You don't see them gaggling around on bikes. It's weird. I can't reminisce like Ted. I don't go back to the 1940s, and I never built a submarine, so. But it made me think I should probably get a bike. Maybe I should get a bike. I don't know. Should I get a bike?
You wouldn't use it.
No, well, when I went to the tip and I took all the rubbish to the tip, they've got a thing at the tip now where if somebody takes something to be recycled, but it's actually in good condition, like a bike or a piece of electrical equipment, they actually just clean it up and sell it. They've got a little demountable hut where you can go in and buy stuff. So if you're taking, say, some garden furniture that's in perfect condition, you're just throwing it out, they'll be like, we'll sell that. They sell it and raise money for charity. And there was a whole room just full of bikes, and I'm like, ooh, I could get a little bike and just pootle about.
It's a shame you couldn't use a kid's bike, because I hear there were 3 or 4 of them just like laying around outside someone's house around your way.
I tell you what, they weren't anywhere near as impressive as grifters. It wasn't the same. But I could get a little bike just to pootle to the shops and then fall off and be embarrassed.
Scam Modelling Cow says, as an older kid, me and my mates used to go to the woods looking for discarded magazines, or like Modelmaking magazines and stuff. Yeah,
magazines. We know what kind of magazines. Why is my Why is everything really dark in here? Everything looks really dark.
You've got your sunglasses on again.
No, I'm just saying, it seems, I don't know, a bit shadowy for some reason. Yeah, discarded magazines.
And discarded as well, I should think, probably.
Yeah. There's a name for it. Forest. Yes.
Can we nip across and do what's in store?
Yes, go on.
Because, you know, we're going to finish early tonight, so we do need to get everything in.
Yeah. Shove it in. No, wait, what? Slap it in.
Moist.
That's your new phrase, Ted. Slap it in. Was there a chopper there? Asks Skipper. No, sadly not.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Ted also says, when I was a kid, we went down pit straight after school. And also, summer lasted forever.
And it was uphill both ways. And
hang on, I've not done factoids ever.
You haven't done factoids. Do you want to do them first? Go on then.
Should we do them first? Because Scale Modelling Chaos just said Fox is insulting entire knowledge there. I don't know.
Fox's factoids. They're facts from Fox.
Factoids. It's only fair that I do them as my name starts with F. So I'm going to swap to the magic fact screen. Now, these won't be anywhere near as exciting as Colin's because I can't mispronounce stuff deliberately, and it won't sound as funny, but I'll go through them quickly just to get them out of the way. So we've got some science facts for today and also births and deaths. Are you ready?
I'm braced, yes.
Are you girded? Right, let's have a look and see. We have, today is June 19th. It is June 19th, isn't it? Yes, thank goodness. Let's have a look. On this day in 1963, Soviet cosmonaut
was this the thing you were going to share on the screen, or were you not?
No, not this one.
Okay, I just wondered why it was there, but you know.
No, it's because I've got the other thing on there as well. June 19th in 1963, the first woman in space, Soviet cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova. She returned to Earth after spending nearly 3 days as the first woman in space. She'd been interested in parachute jumping when she was young, and that expertise was one of the reasons she was picked for the cosmonaut program. There you go. It's the first woman in space. We have the first ever, on this day in 1931, the first ever photocell operated doors. In 1931, installation was completed on the first commercial doors operated by photoelectric cell. A magic eye controlled automated swinging doors between the kitchen and main dining room of Wilcox's Pier restaurant in West Haven, Connecticut. And within 3 hours, we also had the first person to walk into the doors the wrong way and get hit by the door. And last of all, let's do one more. In 240 BC, or BCE, if you're being non-religious, Eratosthenes, as Carl Sagan would say, a Greek astronomer and I should read this like Carl Sagan, shouldn't I? A Greek astronomer and mathematician estimated the circumference of the Earth. As the director of the Great Library of Alexandria, he read in papyrus book that saying, approaching the noon on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the shadows of a column in the temple grew shorter, and he used sticks and shadows and a little man walking a very great distance, and he managed to get it within about, I think it was within a few percentage points of the actual size of the Earth, the circumference of the Earth.
I think it was within a fair degree, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a few percentage points. It wasn't correct, but it wasn't that far off, and he'd literally just had some sticks and looked at the length of shadows. So there you go. So all you flat earthers, just shut up. You were proved wrong 2,500 years ago. Shut up. I don't know. Now, we have births and deaths, so let's start with the good ones, the births. On this day in June 19th in... who are these? I've got to see if they're actually interesting or not. We have Sir Ernst Boris Chain was born. In 1906, he was a German-English biochemist who shared the 1945 Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine with Sir Alexander Fleming and Howard Walter Florey for their work on penicillin. Blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. His varied research included phospholipids, snake venoms, tumour metabolism, and lysozymes.
Phosphopigs?
Phosphopigs, yeah. They're
pigs
they
glow in the dark.
Them wet. But if you get them wet, they'll burn your skin off.
I thought that was gremlins.
That's great. No, they just bite your skin off.
All right.
On the 19th of June, 1897. No, sorry. The 19th of June 1874, we have Gebhard Jaeger. Ja, das ist richtig. He was a German-American inventor. I won't do the accent. I can't keep doing that. German-American inventor, engineer, and manufacturer who is credited with designing the first concrete mixing machine in 1905. And even then, back in then, it looked very much as it does now. And last of all, we have Sylvanus Phillips Thompson. You just know he's British from the 19th century with a name like that. Sylvanus Phillips Thompson, born in 1851. British physicist and historian of science, he was recognised authority upon electricity, magnetism and acoustics, and his writings are numerous, including elementary lessons in electricity and magnetism, published in 1881, which sounds like a barnstormer. Okay, and last of all, we got some deaths, because this whole segment's dying on the vine. It's not funny, is it, when I do it? Because
it's moderately interesting, but not funny.
Yeah, I'm more teaching. It's just not. It's not the same. Fester, I can't do this like you, mate.
You could at least have called him a physicist or something.
A physicist. There's nothing I can mispronounce that's almost a rude word. Died on this day on 19th of June 2005 is Alan Beckett, an English engineer who designed the Mulberry Harbours, the floating roadways and their anchors, which enable landing of vehicles and equipment on the Normandy beaches following D-Day in World War II. After the war, he designed the major port developments and projects for flood protection around the world, from Aden to New Zealand. We have, on this day in 1966, Pierre Montet was a French Egyptologist who conducted major excavations of the new empire, the capital at Tanis in the Nile Delta, discovering in particular funerary treasures from the 21st 22nd dynasties. None of these have got really impossibly to pronounce names. They're all just boring. They're either French or English. It's like Fester always gets like all these ridiculously named people. I've got nobody. They're all like Bob Johnson. Okay, last one. We've got death. Etienne. Okay, this one maybe. Etienne Geoffroy Saint-Hilaire. Geoffroy sounds like Birmingham. All right, Geoffroy. He was a French zoologist who held to his idea of unity of composition, by which all animals are formed of the same elements, in the same number, and with the same connections. Means nothing, does it? He spent a 47-year career at the Museum of something that I forgot to mention because I didn't read that bit, teaching and building his collection. Another of his interests was teratology, the study of animal malformations. I bet he was a joy at parties. From 1840, he lost his sight and became paralysed, but his work was carried on by his son Isidore. There you go. Right, kill it. There we go. That was terrible, wasn't it? That was rubbish. That was not. See, I like teaching people science stuff, but Fester does it so much better.
I can't argue with you. You're right. Yep.
All I can do is drop a knowledge bomb. But Colin, you're being missed, mate. You're sorely missed.
Definitely.
The audience is turning on us. I fully expect somebody to type in pitchforks in the
I
text.
can see them from here.
No. Right, so there you go. That's that rubbish bit. I didn't do very well. What's next?
All right, and it's already time. See, now it's time for what's in store.
Now it's
almost the right time for what's in store as well. So
it's the right time.
Now, because Ted has the air tubes, we can't even send you nothing.
We can mime sending something.
Yeah.
Or we could send something using interpretive dance. Has he actually sent us anything?
He has. He's told us what the answer is.
Oh yes, there we go.
We
Yes, I
were
was right.
correct in our assumption of the answer, so
Yes,
we sort of guessed it.
awesome.
So I think you should be able to guess it. It's fairly easy.
Yes, and if I got it and Chris got it, then it's dead easy.
It's what's in store. You know what it is. It's the time when we look at what's in store. Ted's selected some things before his computer broke and burst into flames and stuff. So he's sent them on to us. I shall present them to you thusly. And when I've finished all of them, I shall come back and say, what's the theme? Go. When I say go, that's the time when you send the theme through the chat. Don't do it before. If you send it before, you get the finger of shame. There might only be 2 fingers of shame. But,
Yeah.
you know, you'll
Before
get
you do it, first of all, did you just say thusly?
What?
Did you just say thusly?
No.
Okay. Second of all, Anders Ericsson, we forgot to say, if you finished a thing, by the way, if you've completed something in the last 2 weeks, let us know. I'm going to, because Ted's not here, we can break the rules. Anders Ericsson says, can I have a ding? Last Monday, me and my wife finished the first 30 years of marriage. Still married and moving on towards 50 and beyond. I shall do a ding. It's going to be a rubbish ding, but that's what you get.
That was a really, really rubbish thing. I'll find me ding button. Hang about. I've got one in here somewhere. It says ding on it. There we go. There you go. You can have a ding button just to.
So, congratulations on 30 years of marriage, Anders.
You say you're moving towards 50 after 30. You know 31 comes next. You can't skip several. You have to do them in order.
Yeah. And which wedding anniversary is sports cars?
I think it's like 143rd.
Sports cars. So if you have finished a model in the build in the last couple of weeks, let us know and we'll give you a ding. Yeah. I forgot that. See what happens when Ted's not here. Carry on. Sorry.
Right. So, what is the theme from all of these? Let's have a look. The first one we've got here, I'm going to have to move things around, so I might not be able to see the chat while I'm doing this. But,
Ted has his tubes prepared, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Ted can always send it from where he is. He doesn't need, if the tubes are working, then he can still send it.
Yeah, that's true. He's in the chat.
Yeah. So yes, this is what Ted has selected. The first one.
Ted, he also says that was a ship's bell. You've just changed the watch.
I don't know what type of bell it was. I found a bell ages ago when you weren't here, and that's the one I've
if
just
I remember
used,
rightly, it is a ship's bell. Ding ding.
It might well be.
Yes, Foxx.
So this is. I should do my best Ted impersonation. It's the Vigilajo. Water effects Atlantic blue.
That was close. You skirted the edge there, didn't you?
Now this is the terrain effects, the water texture. It's not just the colour; it has a texture as well. If you can put this on the top of something, it will look like it's a puddle. It will look like it's the Atlantic.
Is it designed to, like, you put down like some flat resin, then you put this on the top to actually give it the surface?
I believe
texture?
so. Yes, I've used something similar. I haven't used this particular one, but I have used something similar, and it works really nicely. Actually, it's got a nice thickness to it. I think this one. Yeah, I've used the Vallejo ice and snow effects to effect. Yeah. So this will be equally as good.
You can use it for very thin water levels like puddles, or for on the top. If it's deep water, like you put it on the top of it. A bit like some people use Mod Podge to put on the top of resin to get like the water, choppy water effect. It's the same kind of thing. I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, pretty sure it's that, but there you go. So you can have 200 of your very best millilitres of this for a mere £10.99.
200 of your finest millilitres, please, barman.
The second item that Ted has selected is a 1/35th WC Fields. No, wait, it's WC Field toilet.
Das ist ein Puppenhausen, ja, das ist...
It is a small wooden shack. It hasn't got the half moon carved into the door, so I don't know how you know it's a WC. You'd need
to mod that in. And I have to say, by the way, just out of interest, this is not the first time it's been on What's His Store. I think this might be time number 2. You see,
it might be number 2's yet.
Number 2. Yeah.
This is the field toilet. It's new. It says. It's not
Das
new.
Ist ein Puppenhaus. I don't think you really need the moon in the door. If it's a field toilet for soldiers, you don't need a visual indicator of the toilet in there. I think you're probably going to guess.
I think you still do.
I think you'd know before you got close enough to see a little moon in the door.
Maybe, but if you're building a 1/35th diorama, like infantry somewhere, then why not put a toilet in it?
Yeah,
put it in the back behind some bushes. You'd be fine.
If you see a horse walk past it and it falls over, it's a field toilet.
Yeah. Anders gives us to it in Swedish.
Utedass.
Go.
I think the smell will give it away, says Ted.
Ted says, although I think pretty much the entire field would probably smell quite bad. So.
Yeah, but then again, if it's a farmer's field, you wouldn't know, would you? Ted says you paint a base sea colour and then apply this over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
So it's like a gel layer, isn't it?
Cool.
That's the water texture.
Right, item the third, which is the one that everybody has to buy, contractually obliged to pick up. This £35.99 Airfix 1/72, because Wellington Mark II. It's not a boot.
Ooh. Not a boot. Oh, I see what you mean. I have to think about that. You
did have to think of it.
Really, Foxx?
So yes, that's what it is. Is that? different about them apart from the numbers?
Different colour scheme, probably slightly different, or they're not slightly different at all. It's just different markings.
I don't
Two
understand.
different kites.
Yes, well there you go. You can make it as either the NSM or the VBU. Livery is subject to change, so it might not be either of those. In fact,
yeah. Does it say if it's a new tooling or is it the classic old kit?
It doesn't say. It just gives us some facts about the Wellington. A is the Mark II. Yeah. Squadron from South Yorkshire, and the other one from Waigham in England from March 1942 and June 1942.
So one cost half as much as the other. The one from Yorkshire was cheaper.
Yeah, it would have been cheap. Probably wouldn't have made it very far though, but yeah.
Yeah, there's only got half a
Ted
plate,
does say, in fact, because I forgot to mention at the beginning, that this week's What's in Store link is both a song and a historical event.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth item is Prussian blue in an oil, isn't it? It's acrylic.
Acrylic, it says there.
It says acrylic, but it's like an oil tube. Yeah.
Does it say oil on the...
Not that I can see, but I can't see very well tonight.
What does it say in the description?
They
might well do tubes of acrylic.
It says type paint.
Excellent, well done.
All
those
acrylic
words
tube
just say...
range.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they do acrylics and tubes. They'll be like artist acrylics rather than like, normal model paint acrylics.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the art shop and buy a load of acrylic paints, they're not watery like art model paints. They're like yogurt, thick yogurt.
Yeah, they'll be quite pigment rich as well, won't they? So they'll be...
Yes. Yep. So you could use them on a canvas if you wanted to.
You could.
That's strange. I'd never thought of model companies making actual tube acrylics, but it kind of makes sense, I suppose, if you use them in exactly the same way you would as artist acrylics. So
yeah,
they're probably just... I would guess they're probably a finer grade pigment than artists.
I would assume so.
Same as with the Abteilung oils. Cool. I didn't know they did those. There you go.
Here we go.
If you want nice acrylic paints, if you want some nice acrylic paints but don't want the drying time of oils.
Then we have the 132nd, just to mix up the scales a little bit. Master box, French Curiouser, and Curiouser and Curiouser. If you get two of them, you can put them next to each other. It wouldn't be. It's from the Napoleonic Wars series. Which one's which? What?
Well, there's a horse.
The one on the horse.
Two are not horses. Yeah, there's two of them, and then one of them isn't a horse. Two of them isn't a horse.
But the horse isn't the Curiouser, is he? It's a type of armour, isn't it? It's like a breastplate.
You're thinking of a cuirasse, which is the breastplate.
He's
different. Cuirassier, which is... It's the same way that cheval and chevaux are two different French words. One is hare and one is horse. No. One is horse and one is chevaux is hare, yeah.
So what does this one mean?
It means he's a bloke on a horse.
It's just a horse?
It's always a horse. The answer is
always a horse. So he might be a Knigget.
Don't know. Has he got Knigget's armour and a big pointy stick?
No. But he might have left them behind.
I think he's a cuirassier because he wears a cuirass and he's on a horse, I think.
Yeah, he's got an eye missing by the looks of it.
So he's like a mounted man with a breast. Is this actually like a tilting at windmills Don Quixote thing here?
I have no more information.
Just for some reason, give me Don Quixote vibes.
No, it's definitely a horse.
You're hard work, you are.
Is the guy standing next to him an officer because he's pointing?
He's got a big floppy trench coat, which is very modern. So
he's probably not wearing anything
rider
under
looks
it
a bit. Skipper says the rider looks a bit defeated. Hint.
No, he's got one eye missing. He's got both his feet.
It
might be a CNI horse. That's why, because he's got an eye missing.
CNA horse? Did CNA do horses?
Yeah.
I always thought you got them from Rackham.
You can get anything if you pony up for it.
Just too
I'm going to move on. We got this one now. The Hey Sainty. 177 Waterloo, 1815. The Hey Sainty.
It's a model of a house with two massive giants behind it.
All on its own thing.
It's that time in France when this farmhouse was attacked by two massive giants.
Yeah.
You remember when Napoleon was 300 feet tall?
Well, he was.
Or is that
He
is
was
that just
tall
the
for his
Japanese
age, but for
version?
his height and size things, wasn't he? He was actually a tall person.
Is that just the Japanese version of Napoleon that he was like a mecha? He was 300 feet tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want this farmhouse now. It's like Attack on Titan, but in the 19th century.
But with no legs, because the only
Or
just
anything below the shoulders.
yeah.
Yes, contrary to popular belief, he was actually a normal-sized height guy. He was not actually short at all.
Apparently, he was 5'7".
Yeah, which was normal for the time, which was average. That was
which
purely
happens to be my height as well, but we won't go there because that's
yeah.
normal for the time.
But that's a classic example of how propaganda from works. Everybody believes that Napoleon was short, but he wasn't. He was average height. There you go.
People just said nasty things about him behind his back.
Napoleon has only got. Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah. So all the buildings are like an MDF type.
Yes, we've seen a few of these
wood
Italy
by the looks
ones,
of it.
haven't we? They're really nice for making little dioramas, but they're also because they're 172. There's a big contingent of war gamers that work in 172, people that do like Napoleonic Wars and that kind of era, 18th and 19th century wars and battles. You get your Warhammers and stuff like and bolt actions for us young kids, but for the older generations, there's a lot of proper hardcore war gamers out there, which is kind of what the 172nd figures are really aimed at. And this is a great way for building up terrain for your war game tables. Because when you see these like Napoleonic campaigns and the sort of 19th century independence wars and stuff, the tabletop games are always like just green velvet and a tree on a block of, it's like, come on, make an effort, make a proper gaming table here. So you can use it for that. They are really good, these little buildings and stuff.
Yeah. So that is it. That is in fact the last one. I'll nip through them all just to give you a clue because you know what it is. We've got the water effects, Atlantic blue. We have a field toilets.
Filled or field?
Field, because it's in a field.
Oh, field, not filled, like it's been used. Ooh.
It might be, but I don't know. It had screws on there. No, it's not filled. It's empty.
Have they drawn smell lines on it, like
empty toilet?
Proper artist style.
We have the Vickers Wellington, the Prussian blue paint, the French Curious Bloke.
Curiosity.
And we've got the entire Waterloo diorama type thing. So, let me come back over here. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that.
Those two blokes are looking in the window going, ooh, look at that decor. Ooh.
What is the theme? Go, quick, put the theme in the chat now. Not you, Ted. You can't enter, you cheat. Nobody's put it in yet. I thought they'd be really,
Stand by with
really
your tube
quick.
button. Oh, my chat's actually fallen over. Brilliant. So I can't actually see his chat. Nope, nobody's put it in yet.
Paul Allen Ryder says French like cavalry, I think, a little while ago. That's the last thing I've got in chat. So,
yeah, that's the last thing I've got. Is chat still working? Are we even still streaming, folks?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Shellard.
The correct answer is the Battle of Waterloo, or just Waterloo.
Yep.
Chaos puts it all in, but too late. Here we go.
I can't sing because obviously copyright, but yes. The Battle of Waterloo.
I don't need to go through them, do I? They were fairly obvious.
It was a gang of Swedish singers that came in and attacked France or something, and
apparently
they had a dance off. They had a dance off or something.
So congratulations, Mark. Ted will now send you nothing through the tubes.
Hang on, stand by. There's the wobble in our tubes because it makes the whole system wobble.
Oh, is it wobbling forwards or backwards or side? I don't know which way. What?
Well, you're down south. It's different for you. You've got a tube that does that. Are you actually sitting on the tube?
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Mark. Don't ever say you never win nothing because you've just won nothing. So there you go.
Ted says yesterday was the anniversary of the battle.
Ah, when's the anniversary of the song? Moving on.
Here we
Tough
go.
crowd.
So that was that. We've got one more thing to do before we go. We're not necessarily going immediately, but it won't be long. No. But you can still enter. Go along to last time's stream, leave a comment on it, and you might win a thing. Yes.
But before we do go to that, though, let's just see if anybody's got any questions to ask us. Because come on, let's have a bit of a natter for 5 minutes. Ask us questions. Could be anything. Because I've got nothing to talk about.
Foxx has all of the knowledge. He's willing to impart it onto you. So yeah.
Have you got on with the heat this last week? This last couple of weeks, then, Chris?
It's been a bit warm. So yes, mostly I've been quite warm and sweating a bit and sitting around wearing very little. I've got a t-shirt on tonight though, so it's all right. So
yeah, I've got a t-shirt on. Anyway, moving on. So
we did do a quick check for reflective surfaces and made sure there weren't any. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Here it's been too hot for me to do anything. Unfortunately, I've got my workbench there and my computer here, and I can't use either because it heats everything up too much. So I've done nothing this last couple of weeks. We've got to ask people, bench and belly, what's on your bench, what you've been working on, and what's in your belly. What have you had for your dinner? We got no
Ted
more
has just
dings,
sent a hamster.
Oh, lovely. Sherlock's happy with his nothing. We didn't get any more ding requests. So, yes, I've done nothing at all. My bluey car that I'm going to completely mod is still sat there from like a couple of Fridays ago when I streamed, and me and Colin did the stream. So I've done nothing for the last couple of weeks. Can't turn the Xbox on, can't turn the PC on, can't work at the bench, too hot. It's been boring. Yes. So, bench and belly, folks, what have you been building? What have you had?
Ted says you can retain your nothing for 2 weeks, then you have to send it back.
Yeah, we do include a no stamped addressed envelope with the no prize. It's an anti-package.
Yeah, if you leave it next to your vacuum tube, it'll get sucked up at some point. So.
Yeah, try to keep your cats and small animals away from the vacuum tube because they do randomly. It does randomly.
That's how we got the hamster.
Yeah, we don't know whose it is. He keeps swearing, so it's obviously lived in a house with bad language. Scale Modelling Chaos says belly, chili and hash browns, bench, Revell 172nd Razor Crest, just starting it. Oh, nice. Very good. Let's have a look. Graham McRoberts says...
That's what I was going to say, that was it. But
no, Graham McRoberts says, been chilling out with my chimp mates in the trees. Okay. Oh, the cat has the hamster. So next time we do this, you might win a cat. I hope your cat can fit in the tube, because you're going to have to send
anything fits in the tube if you try hard enough.
What do? Slap it in. It's a nice callback.
The Bobbin says, belly, 2 burgers followed by Magnum. Bench FX 177, a Kate torpedo bomber. 2 burgers followed by a Magnum. That's quite
the moment you know when somebody says something and you kind of finish the sentence in your head. I don't know why, but you just said 2 burgers and my brain went 1 cup, and now I'm having all the worst thoughts.
Don't do that. No Googling for you.
Yeah, don't. Skipper Scale Model says belly salad. Oh no, that's not
salad.
That's not good enough.
With added chicken and beef and bacon
and gin
and lose the lettuce.
I think. By the way, I think I've discovered why Ted's computer never works. It's because it's the world's first gin-cooled PC, but unfortunately, Ted just doesn't keep the coolant in the PC for very long.
I don't know. There's some sort of leak.
Yeah, some sort of leak, like a tap-shaped faucet device. Any other bench and bellies there,
work as a
folks?
coolant?
I mean, alcohol. Neat alcohol is if you put alcohol on your back of your hand, it evaporates off really quickly and takes.
Yeah, but evaporating's not a good thing for a coolant, though, is it?
Well, it needs to transmit the heat really fast. I would have thought Yeah, because it's not evaporating. Well, it depends if it's like if it uses.
Don't they use like vegetable oil and stuff like that? Is a thing.
I don't know because they're water cooled,
non-conductive and doesn't evaporate.
Yeah, it needs to absorb the heat, but it needs to get rid of the heat as well.
Yeah, but gin is also going to be a conductive electricity and stuff and things. Not good.
Yeah, you might actually explode. But what a way to go. Graham McRoberts says bench Italeri 132nd Tornado. It'll be a long build, taking my time. Belly is fish and chips. Mushy peas. You can keep
mushy peas and your fish.
Mushy peas.
Chips,
mushy peas. Always the right answer, Graham. Good girl. Mushy peas. I really want fish and chips now. God damn it. Ted says this computer won't start because he can't get the floppy disk to run. He's trying to jam a floppy disk into the SCSI port, isn't he? Oh, dear. He's got a mouse with a plug on the back that big.
I used to have a mouse that went into an adapter to go into another adapter to fit into the back of the computer.
Oh, PS2 to whatever thing.
I think it was USB to PS2 to PS2 to some other. Yeah.
I remember when we used to have got our first few computers. It was going back in the day, and one of the early computers. I wasn't into computers at the time, but we had this thing, and it was like I need to go and buy a keyboard and a mouse because Mama Wolf had this computer. She had a boring beige, and I wanted a nice keyboard and mouse. So I was like, right, you need to get a PS2 key. I was like, but I haven't got a PS2. This is a computer. What?
That's all right. When my family's first computer, PS2 wasn't even a thing then, so we couldn't say it was a PS2 because nobody knew what a PS2 was. It was just that connector.
Yeah. The scary thing is that my mum, Mama Wolf, has had a longer history with games consoles than I have. She's had more than me. She's had all the consoles I've ever owned because she inherits my old console when I get a new one. But she's also had like a SNES, a Game Gear, and a PS2 as well. She never used the power. On the PS2, all the she ever played was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or Scrabble. On Xbox 360 and then Xbox One, then Xbox One X, all she's ever played is like some kind of Bejeweled type game.
Peggle.
Bless her. No, she didn't like Peggle. She wasn't into it. And then on SNES, all she ever played was Donkey Kong Country. And I have the underwater music etched into my mind. It's a great tune. Yes. Chaos says, Ted, I hear that's a common problem with older models. Because he can't get the floppy disk in.
Yeah, his floppy's not working.
And Ted says, that's a problem when you get old. I didn't know he knew any older
Chillard
models.
does say maybe Ted has a hamster jammed inside his PC somewhere. He hasn't. He sent us pictures of his PC. There is no hamster.
He's got a fan. He's literally put a fan right next to it. But unfortunately, right, this is the thing. Right, he's in his loft, which is 1,000 degrees because there's no way. He's in the highest room in the house, where all the heat goes up into the loft, and there's no way for it to get out because there's no window. And then he's got the computer there overheating, and he puts a fan right next to it, so he's taking all the hot air from the loft and blasting it into the computer. Oh, you need a dormer window, Ted, or some air conditioning. You get an air conditioning unit in there.
Just get your Dremel and just cut a little window and be all right.
Because really, using them at the highest, sometimes like I'll go in the loft in the winter sometimes, and the loft will be like 1,000 degrees, and it's like, oh, good God, I don't know how loft conversions work because you just die. So he said to me many years when he said, I'm going to put all my stuff in the loft, I'm not thinking, that's either going to be the best idea in the world or the worst idea ever.
Well, for 10 months of the year, it's perfectly fine, or even a little bit chilly. But for the other couple, it's not so good.
It's the Lake District, so for 11 months and 22 days.
I was exaggerating for humorous effects.
Yeah.
Right, come on, nip across to the last time's video and leave a comment because you've only got a couple of minutes until we go and pick a winner.
I'm going to press some buttons now, and I'm going to forget how the hell I do it. Right, where's my thing? Hang on. And I'm going to press that one. Is that the one?
Why you press that one? Oh, that was one. Yeah, okay, yeah, that'll do.
Now I need to get that thing open so I can see it, and that's not the right keyboard. I've got 2 mice and 2 keyboards going on here. It's ridiculous.
Here's what you could have won.
Here's what you could have won. Yes, so we are giving away the FX 172nd Folland Gnat. I know, it's a joke. Folland Gnat. Lovely little kit. Fun little weekend build. Just a nice little bit of silly fun. So you can slap it together and give it a good little paint job. It's always fun.
Slap it together.
Slap it together. There's a lot of slapping going on. Like me and Ted, and I guess you as well, Chris and Fester, we've all, when we were kids in some point in the 70s or 80s, built a Gnat. Or similar training plane thereof, like the Red Arrows one or something, because FX have always done the little training planes. I got one of these kits in a plastic bag once in the 70s, so yeah. But it's the Folland Gnat training plane. I think it was used in combat in like 2 countries once, but other than that, it was designated as a trainer for jet fighters. So it's 172nd. It's a fun little, great little kit. You can't really go wrong. It's absolutely free, so you can just have some silly fun with it. Do whatever you want with it. And all you need to do is put a comment on the last show, which was that one, the 5th of June. And if you've not put a comment on there, well, you SOL now because I'm going to do it now. So we had 6 comments, 6 whole comments from last time. So I shall refresh now and see what we've got. Refreshing. We have 6 comments.
Yay!
Yay! Right, you've got a few seconds now before I go and copy and paste things. So I'm going to copy that URL. If you haven't put a comment on last time's show yet, then you're going to miss out.
Oh, you've probably got more than a couple of minutes because Fox has got to do maths.
Oh, crap, I forgot about that. Duplicate filter on. Number of winners 1. Show random names. 7 plus 5. 8, 9, 10 and 12.
Really? Did you actually do that on your fingers?
I did. No, I just had to count it.
How did you do it on your fingers when you went up to 12?
I ate a lot of fibre as a kid. What can I say? Let's get right. So I'm going to give you a little countdown. Are you ready? 10, 9. This is to get the comments. I'm giving you extra time.
Well,
10,
they could have done
9,
it already because they're a little bit delayed anyway. So,
8, 7, 6, 4, 7, 3, 1. Too late. 12. There you go.
Doubled
6 extra comments.
You've halved your chances of winning.
Yeah, 6 extra comments in the last 15 seconds. I like that. Right. So let's see who has won this fine new item. Are you ready?
I'm
Can I
ready.
have a countdown, please, George Dawes, on the scores. I mean,
Ready?
a drum roll even.
2. Drum roll. Does it better than I did.
Oh, it jumped around a bit.
Does.
And the winner is Paul Di Tommaso, who says, been ages since I used a bow and arrow. I've never used a bow
I don't
and
know what
arrow.
that was in. Oh, it's because it was the red arrows, I think.
Yes. I hope Starfield has a bow and arrow. I know it's ridiculous, but I really hope they have a bow and arrow in Starfield.
Possible.
Also, somebody needs to mod Khajiit into the game as well. Anyway, yes, Paul Di Tommaso, congratulations. You've won yourself the Folland Nat. That's not the right screen. That's the right screen. You've won that little
You've
fun
won
bit
yourself
of,
last week's show. Yay.
Yeah, you've won yourself, or the thumbnail for the show. You've won that little nice bit of silly nonsense for you. So all you need to do is send an email to the address at the top of the screen, ted@emodels.co.uk. Please include your name, your address, and a contact phone number for the
Hang on,
delivery
I'll put
driver
the
in
thing
case
in.
they need it.
020
Yep.
021058A.
Yep.
There we go. I've even conveniently
yes.
put it in chat for you. I might even have gotten it right.
Ooh. So yeah, just make sure you put that number in there so when they go to pick it, they know what they're picking for you. So send it to ted@emodels.co.uk. We'll forward it on to the guys at the shop for you. Because you're outside the UK, do allow. It's taking quite a while for things to get to the outside the UK at the minute, so do allow quite a while for it to turn up. It will get there eventually. But deliveries can be a bit slow outside the UK. But yes, send us an email, name, address, phone number is very important. You have to have that for the courier. And we'll get that they'll get that shipped off to you. So well done, congratulations. I shall stop sharing that screen when I can figure out how. I'll just close it down. There you go. It's the easiest way of doing it. Yes, well done, Paul. I would like to see that in 30-second scale, says Graham. There probably is one. Probably is
sure
one in
there must be.
30-second scale.
It's not a complex plane, is it? It's quite nice,
it does.
sleek lines and stuff. So
It does seem to be only Airfix that do like the little trainer planes though, and some Eastern European manufacturers. Let's have a look. Dave Cardboard says, I used to have a suit that was only good for 2 months a year, too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter, March and October with the optimum types. I've got jackets like that. I've got no jacket that's great for hot days and no jacket that's great for cold. I've got coats for cold weather, but I've got no like summery jackets. I don't like going out in just a t-shirt because I've not got a pleasing shape. So I like to.
I'm again, it's finding it difficult to argue with you.
You're supposed to comfort
They say
me
you
in my
should
time of
respect
need.
your elders. I'm being nice. That's right.
Oi, tiny person. Where are we? Quick look at chat. I think people are just saying well done, Paul. I think that's it. We're up to date with the
That's
chat there.
about it, isn't it? We're
So
not here
Model
next week
Chaos.
as ever. We'll be returned in a couple of weeks. You never know. There might be 4 of us.
Fingers crossed. Maker allowing, there should be. I
If
think
Ted
Colin should be
starts
back
loading his computer up with ice cubes now, then
Yeah, I think more than a dormer window. I think what Ted Butt needs is actually a new computer. Ted, have a chat with your son. Get him to sort you out. But then we'll get 6 weeks of, well, I can't get all the software out to work on it because I've got all the settings wrong. It's the continuing story. Yes, but hopefully Ted and, Colin will be back next week. So hopefully Ted will be with us as well, because this is his show. But yeah, until then, I think we're just about done. Graham says, I will get in touch and ask them, says Graham. Yeah, give the guys at eModels a shout as well. If they can find one, if it's a brand they don't stock, they can get one for you. If there is one, they'll be able to find it and get it for you. So give them a shout. There's always that day when you don't have an outside coat to suit, says Skipper Scale Models. Right, so I think we're done. So shall we just take this one out the back of the barn and just put it out of its misery? It's going off to the farm in the sky. Yes, my factoids was just...
Yeah, we'll get Colin back. He'll be back.
We shall not discuss this again. We shall not talk of it again. Anyway, yes, thank you everyone for watching this week. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, as always. If all goes according to plan, Colin and I should be back here on Wednesday to carry on with our Bane Blade build. As far as I know, it's still up and running. Everything's cooled down a bit now, so we should be able to get a stream done. And then we'll be back, not next Monday, but the Monday after, unless it's bank holiday, for more eModels goodness. So until then, I shall say, take care of yourselves. Thank you, Chris, for coming along. So it wasn't just me. But yes, take care, Colin. Big hugs to Colin. Big hugs to Ted and his rubbish PC. And we shall see you all very soon. So until next time, pop along to emodels.co.uk, your one-stop shop.
For all your slap it in. One up.
Slap it in up and beyond. I've gone now. Yes, check it out, emodels.co.uk.
In your basket. That's what it is. Slap it in your basket.
Slap it in your basket. And don't forget, it's not here. It's not
moist.
yours till you've paid it or something. It's not yours till it's moist. if it's moist, you're buying it.
Yeah.
Oh, right, anyway, folks, take care of yourselves. We'll see you all. I'll see you on Wednesday. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Take care, everyone. Adios, amigos.